It is too long. But sometimes maybe we have to fill in things. That was Robert said to me, we cannot use all this text. It's clear. It is not. The intention of this text is to have a base and to work with it. And I wrote in the preface, it is not a theological and not a philosophical work. It is not. It is. I say. It is not a polemic. I read it at first in German, maybe we can translate it better. Es ist auch nicht als religions- oder konfessionskritische Polemik gedacht. It is not a critic on confessions, and it is not a critic polemic on religion. But this is a very important, for me it's a very important base for all this work in our value discussion, that we are not criticizing other religions. The religions are without, they are we cannot critique religions. This is the last intimate room of man. It's religion, what I am believing. I have not to criticize. And not, I wrote here in history of art, because I like the church in Zwiefalten, and it's the same architect, and we have a notion, and I worked many years ago about Rococo and about Barocco style, and so it's clear Karlskirche for me was a big and one of the most beautiful churches of this period of late Barocco style, which is going over to Rococo. It is the end of late Baroque. The church is finished 1726, I think so. And this the Emperor Charles took the best artists of Europe, and with enormous money he constructed this church. It's a church where the mathematic principles and the aesthetic principles are going together. You have an ellipse in the cupola, and this ellipse, and the ellipse is always a symbol, in a philosophical symbol already of circle, and so on and so on. We spoke in Vienna about ellipse,
yes.
and this church was a gift, was a ex voto of this Emperor Charles VI, because the town Vienna was conserved by the pest. The pest had I think 15,000 deaths only, and Vienna was conserved, and so.
You mean plague?
Yeah.
Plague.
Ex voto. He promised to God or the heaven that she will construct this church and so on, and he did it. And in this church, and my idea was, when I'm going to values, and when we are starting in this project with, because the proposal speaks not in the title. This is one of the problems. The title don't speak about the Abrahamic religions. They speak only by values, and it's misleading, the title. And so I suppose when I'm going to a church, I will find values. And where you do find values in Barocco churches, you find it always in the cupola. They are together. It is the most important message is in the cupola of such a church, and it's clear. So we have one. I continue. Our crash in Vienna is only the result of a language problem behind. We are not English speaking, and value discussion is in every country different. And I looked in our famous Wikipedia, in French, in English. I changed the languages to see, and they are very different. And for me, it was a revelation. It is not a translation of a general notion about values. It is every language has another, and it was for me, it was very interesting in the learn here. Values are pre-existent. This is our reason to do the didactic projects. If they are pre-existent, I find them in language and in culture. And we have to look all these trials to find, and what we are discussing today about the newspaper, it is really this. You find them everywhere, they are, and we have to, etc. For us, it was clear for me, and I read it in the introduction already. The coexistence of culture is the basic value of this project. Coexistent, that means I cannot say our Christian values are better, or our European or our Western values are better than the other. No, coexistence means every culture has a